What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Arrows here, and we got part 2 of our look at the Dawn of Palworld starter decks. We are, of course, looking at purple and green today. If you guys watched the video earlier in the week, we looked at red and blue, and I was very, very excited for those decks, especially the Mammo Rest. Go check that video out if you have not already. I'm really excited for this game. If you guys did not know, because you don't follow card games as much as you should, because they're awesome. Palworld is releasing a trading card game at the end of July. The first set is called Dawn of Palworld. Yes, Dawn of Palworld. They're releasing 2 starter decks, a red and a blue, and a green and a purple, as well as the first set. And they already have a second set announced into the fall. This game is done by Bushy Road. If you guys follow Card Fight Vanguard, you loved Future Card Buddy Fight. Great game. Weiss Schwarz, Shadowverse Evolve, Godzilla. They got their hands in a lot of card games, and honestly, 90% of those card games are very good. I've never actually sat down and played Weiss Schwarz or Godzilla. I know how to play Weiss Schwarz, but I've never actually sat down and had a game, but they just look like so much fun. Bushy Road is a really good card game company when it comes to like they're making their decks really easy to making their games really easy to learn as well. So without further ado, let's get into the green and purple deck. Of course, we have our Soul. We talked about it in the blue red video. Also, we saw it in the training video we did. Soul is your mana. It does the things to do the things. And next we have Masanda, the guard captain. This is a 5-cost green pal. 900 power, strike 2. 900. The power is what it deals to your opponent if you're in a battle with somebody, and the strike is the number of damage it does to your life. So this is just a generic 5-cost. It has harvesting, crafting, collecting, transporting. It's just generic. If you guys watched the blue and red video, you heard me talk about that. I think this is one of the rare card games where these generic cards are really good because there's no summoning sickness. You play them and you can attack with them immediately. So you're immediately getting good value out of them because you're initially doing something right away with them when you play them. Next, we have Gumas, the Dreamy Seedling. It has 300, 2-cost, 1 strike. Again, this is one of those generic cards. You play it, you can... Normally in other games, I don't think these cards would be good unless they like evolved into something else. But I think in this game, it's fantastic because A, you don't have summoning sickness. B, even if you go first, the very first turn of the game, you can attack into your opponent. Then we have Floppy, the snack lover. Floppy is a green pal, 3-cost, 400 power, and a strike 1. She also has the auto deploy ability where you get 2. I'm assuming that is a pair. It could be an apple, but I'm pretty sure it's a pair. So much like with the red blue giving us wood, which powered effects, this is giving us pears or apples, some kind of fruit. Maybe it's just fruit in general. It might just be fruit in general, giving us fruit, which is hopefully going to help us power some effects. And then we have Dinosum. This is our interrupt card. If you guys heard me talk about in the red-blue video, as well as when we were watching the learning to play video and going over it, you have certain pals have this ability called interrupt. You can discard it from your hand and pay 1, or you can discard it and another card from your hand when your opponent's attacking to nullify the opponent's attack, so there's no battle damage. So I'm kind of sad that Dinosum is one of these because I really like Dinosum. It's got 400 and strike 2, so you can play an attack with it if you want to, but obviously you want to save it and nullify those big attacks. Then we have Exciter Terra. I'm bad at names. Okay, so this is our card that is going to let us consume our fruit to do things. So it's a green 6-cost, 800 power, strike 2, an element of earth. I don't know if that's going to come into play in the set, maybe. It has taunt. Your opponent cannot attack other targets if a target with taunt can be targeted for an attack. So your opponent has to attack into this, which is really cool. Then as an action, we consume 2 fruit and it gets plus 500. So we consume our 2 fruit, and this is a 1300 beast of a card. Gilbert, please get off my phone. Gilbert's here, guys. Thank you. My God. So I like this card. I think it does. I think it's good. Like, it's a strong. It's going to be strong on your opponent's turn. It's 800, so it's in the early games. It's going to take a bigger threat that's not attacking into your board to get rid of it. Really good card. Next, we have Broncherry Brimming Adoration. I like that card. Oh, that's a cool looking pal. Like I said in the blue-red video, I haven't really seen a lot of these pals. So this is my first interaction to them, and some of them look really, really cool. This is a 7-cost. 7-cost green, strike 3, 1500 power lucky pal. So if it's taken off the top of your deck, you're not going to take any damage for that turn. It has taunt, so this is a big beefy taunter. Being able to essentially act as a shield for your other, perhaps, really cool effect pals, which is really cool. Oh, get that. Losing my voice, but I'm bringing you guys the content. Then we have another Memorest. Now, if you guys watched the red video, the red-blue video, the Memorest was the card that I was perhaps the most excited about coming into this set. I'm looking at the set, but this one is not as good, but it's still pretty solid. It's a lucky pal, so again, if you flip it over, you're going to nullify damage. It has 2,000 power. This is the strongest pal we have seen in these 2 videos so far. Cost of 8, strike of 4. When this card is put into the graveyard, you get 3 fruit. So this is a strong beater. And remember, you're, like I said in the red-blue video, if you're flipping over 2 souls a turn. So this is a turn 4 play, potentially. Really good. And next we have our Berry Plantation. Structures, like I said, structures are unique to this game, and I like it when a card game has a unique thing that sets itself apart. Riftbound is the example I like to use when I'm talking about this, because the battlefields factor in so heavily into your gameplay, which is something that doesn't really happen in any card games that has locations, battlefields, or anything of that sort. And I think this is really cool too, because it brings something from the Palworld video game into the card game. So structures are bases, more or less. They have power, and they let you assign pals, some of them to work there, like you do in the video game. So this one is once per turn, you can assign 1 pal, get 3 fruit, and draw 1 card. This is essentially like our... I don't remember what it was called in the red one, but the red one has a version of this that gives us wood and lets us draw a card. I just can't remember what it's called for the light. And then we have the Campfire. This is a 3-cost 1100. To use this ability, you consume 2 fruit, assign a pal, you gain 1 life, choose all your pals to get plus 1000 until the end of turn. You can rest your standing pals to assign. This isn't as good as the weapons bench, which lets you deal damage to your opponent's side of the field and lets you give all of your pals an additional strike. But obviously, this deck is more about defending certain pals to win the game. Next, we have our Refined Metal Spear. Microsoft, I think it's time to move away from Microsoft Edge. It is being kind of a jerk to me today. Refined Metal Spear. You can rest it, choose 1 pal, and it gets plus 900 till the end of turn for a green and 6. I don't think this is as good as the gear in the red-blue deck. The gear in the red-blue deck did something else while resting to give the power. This gives more power, so that's kind of like the trade-off there. But it also costs 6, which is kind of a lot for like the effect that it's giving you. Then we have a Stone Blast rounding out our green. I love that picture. This is a quick choose 1 pal, and it gets plus 500 until the end of turn. Obviously, this is, like I said, this deck feels more, it's more about making big bodies. to defend your life. You can block an attacking pal with a active pal on your side. So you tap to block, play this, give it plus 500, and get rid of the threat. The green seems to be very much about building big bodies and using them to protect your life, which I think is really cool. Then we get into our purple, and we are looking at Astagon, Aegis Wyvern of Death. With an effect like that, with a name like that, he better have a damn good effect. He has a purple, 8 cost, 1200 power, 3 dragon. I'm assuming that's dark. Lucky pal. Okay, let's read these effects. On deploy, choose one pal, and it gets minus 1,000 attack until the end of turn. It is not put into the graveyard, even if its attack becomes 0 or less. Okay, then on attack, choose all pals with 300 or less and put them in your graveyard. Choose your pal. Okay, so he's a board wipe. Okay, he is a big beastie board wipe. Damn. This is a really strong. Keep in mind, this is a card you can play on your turn 4 because you flip over 2 souls per turn. So on turn 4, you can drop this gigantic engine of destruction onto the field and completely board wipe yourself too. So like obviously the best way to do this is to attack with your smaller pals and then attack with the boy. Damn, that is broken. That is an insane card. Then we have our Hukrates, our 2 cost generic. He does the things. I think, therefore I am. I love that flavor text. We have our, this isn't. We have our Lee's Punk, Treasure Bandit. This is hand destruction. That's really cool. He's a 3 cost, 200, 1 strike, purple. When this card is put into the graveyard, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand, discards it. That's a pretty cool effect. We like hand destruction. We have Cognito. I love these names. Cognito is the Looming Shadow. He's a 4 cost, 300, strike 2, purple. He has stealth. So stealth is a keyword that says that this card cannot be blocked. So he's doing 2 damage a turn. You're gonna have to kill him on you're gonna have to kill him if your opponent has him because you can't block him on your turn. Then we have Incineram, the Lurking Stalker. He is a fire dark purple, cost of 5, 900, strike 2. He's a generic beat boy. This deck has big generic beat boys. The red blue one didn't. But yeah, he's just a big boy. Big boy. There's a lot of ways in this deck to make him into a bigger boy to attack over things. Next we have our what are they called? Our interrupt for purple, Blaze Howl Knocked, Dark Flame Defender. Again, why are the cool cards that I don't want to play? It costs 6 to play, or you can pay the 1 discarded to interrupt the attack. Battle damage does not occur. And then we have our other our first lucky pal for this set. Second, because the killer was our first one. Felbat, the Life Stealer. This has purple. This is purple, costs 7,000 power, 3 strike. It has stealth, which is insane. And on attack, gain 1 life. So this thing is doing 3, giving you a life back, and can't be blocked. Okay. That's really good. We only have the one purple structure in this. It is a hanging trap. It costs 2. It has power of 900, and it has the ability once per turn you can assign 1 pal. If there are no pals exiled by this card in the exile zone, choose 1 pal and exile it. You can rest your standing pal to assign it. When this card leaves base, deploy the pal that exiled by this card into the owner's base into a rest state. So that's really interesting. Lets you play another card later on. It comes into rest state, so it's not like you're not going to get an effect with it right away. This is not terrible. Then we have our Cognito hat. This is our gear, another gear. This one's actually really good. So you rest it, choose one pal, and it gets plus 200, and it gets stealth. So it's getting plus 200 power, and it can't be blocked. That is pretty interesting. Then we have Strike from the Darkness. This is our event card. It's not a quick card, so we can't play it on our opponent's turn. It's purple, cost 4, choose one pal, put it into the graveyard. Pretty straightforward. Not bad for a cost of 4 to get rid of anything. But again, we can't play it on our opponent's turn. It's not quick, so. And then we have another event, Medical Supplies. 7 cost. Choose one 8 or less pal from your graveyard and deploy it in the rest state. That is pretty good. You can get Abstagon out for cheaper. Yeah, this is a turn 3 play if you're going second. Turn 4 play if you're going first, because on turn 3, if you're going second, you get a soul to start with. Then you draw your 2. Then you rest out your 2. This is pretty solid, letting you bring back Abstagon. Letting you bring Abstagon out for free if he's already been discarded. Real good. Then we have our generics. We have our My First Pals. Katva is a 2. Can't be attacked by 3 or higher pals. 3 or less pals. And Chicopee. When this card is put into the graveyard, get +1 fruit. So these are the 2 starter decks. Which one do I think is the best? I think the purple one is honestly... Okay, I'll rephrase. I think as a whole, the red-blue deck is a better deck than the purple-green deck. But the fact that the purple-green deck comes with a legitimate board wipe is kind of broken. This card is broken. Like, you play it, you minus something by 1,000. You play this on your turn 4 if you have it. And then you attack in and board wipe. How is that not good? I need somebody to explain that to me. Like, that is... I need somebody to explain in a world where that is not a good card. And also, we're going to... Look at the alt art. The alt art is insanely good looking. Like, this is such a good card. And it comes in a starter deck. I am on board. I am on board with that. Wow. But anyway, you guys, that is the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, ding the notification, spin on your head. I don't know what you have to do for YouTube nowadays. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching the video. Thank you guys for watching the first video. Hopefully you watched the first video. If not, then go back and check out the first video. I will have the description for it in the comments below. In the description, I'll have the link for it, or I'll just put it up on the screen and it'll be the video that you can choose next. But yeah, Palworld. I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be really cool. I think they're doing a lot to separate themselves from other card games with the structures. The fact that I can play a board wipe on turn 4. It's gonna be good. But anyway, guys, go out there, look at some Palworld cards, go play some card games because they are amazing. I will see you in the next one. As always, bye.